Oh, yeah. Talk dirty to you, huh? Well, let's see. Mud, shit, slime, boogers. Is that what you mean? I'm just checking. Hey there, hi there, ho there, y'all. This is Grammy Mary, and I am in my rocket chair here on RealLibertyMedia.com, Channel 3, which takes you right over to RLMRadio.xyz, don't you know? We're also on the RLM TuneIn radio station and the RLM internet radio station and the RLM Spreaker channel. So hey there, how you doing? Moosey's getting her new used stove. Is it new to you, Moose? Sweet. You know, those are, if they're still working, you know, those are the best kind to get, because damn, have you gone out and bought a new, excuse me, anything lately? Holy crap. By the time you get it home, it ain't worth anywhere near what you got charged for it. Yeah, that's kind of the way they roll, don't you know? It's called depreciation. You sign your name on the dotted line and you just got hosed. Oh, well, I see over here on Twitter that Barman has tweeted me. Thank you ever so much, darling. I'll just go ahead and retweet that real quick. And I'll even say that. Let's see. Find me a little emoji. Yeah, I do that one. Okay. And tweet. Tweedly deedly dee. Now I can go ahead and I can. Whoa. I got 3 notifications. What the hell? What the hell? Hi, Terrible Tori the Hand. How are you doing, sweetheart? I have no idea who you are, but hi. And thank you for retweeting that, hun. Truly do appreciate it. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and shut down Twitter, because I've been having a little bit of an issue with my internet. God knows why. Out here in the boonies. Tin can, kite string, and duct tape. Don't you know? Okay, over here on Fakeybook, there ain't anybody, except for I've got some family members loitering over here right now, because we got some rather disturbing news this morning. My Uncle Tommy, which late last night got put in the hospital with pneumonia. It's going around out here. Trust me. People are dropping like flies with the flu and pneumonia and them playing tic-tac-toe in the sky, which doesn't help matters any. But he got shipped about 90 miles away to a bigger hospital, and then he kind of bottomed out. So they have him on a ventilator, and they did a PICC line and a few other things. And I just got done talking to my aunt and my mom about an hour ago, and he's doing much better. Color is back, all that fun stuff, but he is sedated so that he's not fighting the breathing apparatus and the PICC line and all the other fun stuff. But yeah, was kind of scary for a bit there. Like about 3 hours this morning was a little on the touch and go side. So I am very glad that he is doing much better. That was a definite breathe easy moment. Okay, over here, now that I've shared that, let me look over here in the effin' site. I see the lovely T.D. Sanders is over here, as well as Grimmy and yours truly, and Agent X shared something over here in the shout box earlier today that I just happened to pull up and we'll probably get to here in just a wee bit. Thank you ever so much, Cyborg Noodle, for sharing that over there in the corner pocket. I do appreciate that muchly. Thank you, Sock. You're such a sweetheart. Sock it to me, sock it to me, sock it to me, sock it to me. Is that what people yell, honey? When you're being very bad. Okay, and to get over here where you need to be, if you are going to listen in and wish to give me static, come on over to the Real Liberty Media chat. Yep, and that's also on that rlmradio.xyz. So sign into the chat, make up a nickname, get goofy, get creative, and give me some shit, because that's half of my show. So, yay, Grimmy said we got internet radio back yesterday. Woo woo, yeah, it took them long enough. It has been a week. Already, and it's only frickin' Wednesday. Good Lord. Okay, over here in the RLM, starting right up top, is my missionary man. Hey there, Asmo. How you doing? Saw you showed up in the chat earlier today. I just had a chance to peek in real quick. I've been doing training, don't you know, new software, all that other fun stuff. So occasionally I get to pop in and at least peek at what's going on. Don't necessarily get to say anything, but I at least get a peek in. I'm a peeper. Rascal has decided to join me. I also see Barman is here once again. Thank you ever so much, Barman, for tweeting me over there on Twitter and for posting that over on that Freedoms Network. I do love you, hun. I also see the lovely Beth Z is here. She has been somewhat chatty today as well. Or I've seen her in the chat quite a bit. Awesome! And Beth gave up sugar. Oh, man, girlfriend, that would... So, okay, I got to ask this, and, you know, just answer whenever you get a chance, or don't answer, you know, whatever, it's up to you. So does that mean you get no honey, or no agave, or any of those other, you know, it's just... Bah! No sweet stuff, which would cut out fruits too, I would think, and I would be dying. I would be dying because I eat a lot of dried fruits, and like almonds and cashews and that kind of stuff. That's my munchie food. You know, when I get the munchies, that's where I go. So I don't know that giving up sugar, that's not a problem. I wouldn't have a problem with that shit, but giving up sweets? I like honey. Add peeper to my list of badges. There you go. I do like my badges. I shine them occasionally. Okay, I also see Grammy is over here, and Grammy is the RLM god. Oh, man. T. Sanders popped out of the chat. Damn it, she'll come back, though. I know she will. I have faith in her. And Moose Girl, Moosey, how you doing, woman? I hope everything is going absolutely splendiferous in your world. Looks like things are going pretty well. Okay, yeah, 'cause she's getting a new to her stove. Woohoo! The lovely Kate is here. Hey there, Kate. How are you doing? How's the weather down in your neck of the woods? It's been absolutely gorgeous. Not fruits, lots of berries. Okay, man. Oh, 1 apple versus 2 squares of 74%. I do like my chocolate. My nephew, yesterday, being ever so brilliant. Of course, he has a tendency to know he's brilliant, too, and let everybody else know that he's brilliant. But, my nephew posted yesterday, he didn't understand why everybody was so upset and didn't like Valentine's Day, which I'm not a big Valentine's Day person either. I never really have been, even when I was a kid. Probably had something to do with the fact that I was not one of those popular kids, so therefore I always got the Valentines that were not the cool ones, you know? As a kid, it wasn't really cool, but then I got to the point where it's like, I don't have to buy Valentine's, do I? Saves me some money. In any case, he said that he doesn't know why everybody is so upset about Valentine's Day, because don't you realize that today is half-price chocolate day? And I was like, oh my God, he is so right. So, yeah, I didn't buy any chocolate today, but I had some. Because my children for Christmas got me Ghirardelli. Is that how you pronounce that? It's good stuff. Good stuff. So yeah, I allow myself sometimes even 2 pieces of chocolate a day, just because. And today was one of those days. 2 pieces of chocolate. Okay, back to saying hey there. Oh, hey, that's cool, Beth. You know what? You need to have cheat days every once in a while because that resets your metabolism. Kind of like when you're dieting, you need to have a cheat day so your metabolism resets and it takes you out of starvation mode because your body will go into starvation mode and it will start storing things. So yeah, if you just every once in a while give it just a little something something. It goes, wee, look what we got, and it'll kick into overdrive. Okay, oh, I would much rather dip strawberries in chocolate, P. Bunyan. I do like strawberries in chocolate. And apples in peanut butter. Weird. Okay, back to saying hey there. I said hey to Kate, didn't I? Yes, I did. Hi, Kate. Hello, Chalcedony. Yeah, 'cause that O is not there. Oh. Then we got a double dip and a Chloe over here as well. And looky, I'm in the chat. Hi, everybody. I also see IB Don C is here, as well as Java Doctor 2. P. Bunyan is in the house. Timber, and he's doing what? I know you're not dieting, Beth, but that is one of those things that they tell you to do. You can have one of those. Oh, sugar and grains? Oh, I'd die. No, I wouldn't. No. I like food. So, and I like grains. No, I limit my intake on certain things. And basically the way I limit my intake on certain things is if I don't crave it, then I don't eat it. I figure if I'm craving it, my body's telling me I need something in it, so therefore I have some. There you go. Where am I at? Rob Works! Hey, dude! Did you get the bubbler fired up? Curious. Do I see? Steps back a couple of steps. Okay. There's that bubbler. I see the bubbler. Yay! I see the bubbler. Okay. Trust No One is in the house. Hi there, Trust No One. Who runs the world? Chelsea Clinton's bookends. Oh. Who runs the world? I don't know. I run my little part. That's all there is to it. Oh, okay. Okay, cool, Beth. Awesome. No carbs, no bread. No taters? I would die. I would just die. It's just all there is to it. There are certain foods that I just flat ass have to have. Period. Okay. Until I don't. And then I don't have them for a while. Okay, Phantom. Hi, Phantom. How you doing, sweetheart? Where are you hiding at, hon? I haven't chatted with you in a while. Dakota is in the house, as well as Frumpy. Hey there, Frumpy. How you doing? Jehovah One is here. Holy Jehovah. As well as Juana Taco. I had a burrito last night. It was very tasty with homemade salsa and everything. It's very, very yummy. Tonight, as soon as I get done, I have a pork loin that's rewarming in the slow cooker right now. Nom, 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 nom. I'm going to have that with noodles, egg noodles. And maybe green beans. I haven't decided yet. Oh well, I'm hungry today. Let's see. Kozu! Hey there, Kozu. How you doing, sweetheart? By the way, thank you, Kozu and Sock Puppet or whomever else worked on that to allow me back into the corner pocket. I was really kind of sort of going through withdrawals there. So it was like, I'm just so totally bummer-dooted. I couldn't, on any of my computers, I couldn't get in there. I was very sad. Even the one at work. It's really very sad. The lovely Mary B from Down Under is here, and she had a birthday. Was that yesterday, sweetheart? That you had your birthday? Say it's your birthday. Da, 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 da. It wasn't my birthday. Back to, where am I at? Let's see. Mary B. Bot. Hey there, Bot. How you doing? And I also see Nansan de Bois is here. How are you doing, sweetheart? Yeah, I got the whole facial exercise thing going on. North Force. Hey there, North Force. How you doing? And looky there, the lovely Rain is in the house. Oh, how I do love Rain. She's such a sweetheart. I also see Sock Puppet. Sock it to me, sock it to me, sock it to me, sock it to me. As well as Scientist Say. And Stats Bob and Tip Bob are also both in the house. We got Bobs in the house. As well as T. Sanders made it back. Yay! And to round out the crew, the one, the only, the Vil _ So what's that? Oh, Rob Works is having au gratin spuds. Nom. Wow. Num, 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 num. Oh, on Sunday. Okay. Well, happy birthday a little late anyway. Again. So. I do like my coffee. I do like my tea. Clinton Kane book also flopped. A lot of those books, I mean, I'll kind of do a little peruse thing, or I'll read the little things on the inside, you know, the little jacket cover thingies. But other than that, a lot of them there books, I just kind of keep on moving, keep on moving. I also kind of read the jacket covers of the self-help books, and then I keep on moving. Because it's like, really? Seriously? If it's a self-help book, I'm supposed to do it myself. I'm supposed to figure it out for myself, right? Oh, hey, Jason over on Facebook says he's a professional asshole. Good job, Jason. You know, admitting it is half the battle, sweetheart. Okay, I'm going to get to this link that Agent X shared over on that effing site, simply because I thought, wouldn't it be nice? I'm thinking that Beach Boys song is going through my mind now. This is over on usuncut.com. Dated for today by Tom Cahill. The Environmental Protection Agency shall terminate on December 31st, 2018. Is that a sunset clause kind of thing, or what's going on here? A lot of those things do have sunset clauses that nobody ever notices or pays attention to, and then about 10 years after the sunset clause, they go, oh yeah, we were either supposed to disband this or renew it, and well, oh darn, we didn't get around to it. Well, it's already here, so we're just going to keep going because nobody's bitching. Yeah, assholes. In any case, House Republicans just introduced a bill that would terminate the Environmental Protection Agency by the end of next year. Full stop. Really? Okay, you've introduced a bill. In other words, you're dangling a carrot. Look what we're doing for you. H.R. 861, which was introduced on February 3rd by Representative Matt Gaetz from Florida, and co-sponsored by Reps. Stephen Palazzo from MISSISSIPPI and Thomas Massey from Kentucky, and Barry Loudermilk. Loudermilk, wow. I'm trying to see Loudermilk. Is that like you were milking a cow against its will or something? You know, a lot of times that's the way it works anyway. He's from Georgia, in any case. Only contains one sentence. The Environmental Protection Agency shall terminate on December 31st, 2018. That is my kind of bill. And I tell you what, if I ran the zoo, which I don't, and there's no frickin' way you could pay me enough to run the zoo, but if I ran the zoo, that's the way it would work. One thing per bill. Period. End of discussion. You know why? Because nobody reads that shit. They read summaries. They read a synopsis, but they don't read all of the bullshit that's hidden in there. All the pork barrel nonsense. So yeah, if you want to do a bill, bada bing, bada boom. The Environmental Protection Agency shall terminate on December 31st, 2018. No confusion there whatsoever. Bam! That's what this bill does. Apparently, the bill is currently awaiting action in the House Science, Space, and Technology Committee. Shit or get off the pot here, people. The bill doesn't specify what will happen to the wealth of knowledge, that's funny, and research produced by the EPA. I'm thinking what was produced by the EPA was not necessarily what one would consider knowledge or research. It would be more along the lines of toxic fertilizer, is what I'm thinking. Or how the multitude of rules in place to safeguard land, air, and water from pollutants will be enforced. You know, that's another one of those things that a lot of people don't realize. The redundancies in government are just gone off the scale. There's any single thing that you can think of, there are a minimum of 3, and usually it's an agency, a bureau, and a department. Minimum. For each thing that you can think of that the government supposedly does, there's a minimum of 3. And they all have all kinds of money at their access, for them to spend. It's not real, but, for them to just go out there and play Monopoly. The legislation also doesn't mention what will happen to the EPA's $8 billion budget or 15,000 plus employees. Well, I'm thinking, with some of the little debacles that we've had of late, none of them need to be getting rehired. Yeah, I'm thinking rivers and streams and Lake Michigan, and yeah, what have you done for me lately? Not a shitting thing, except for spend $8 billion and hand down a bunch of edicts from on high. Yeah. Oh, and go after the little guy. Yeah, go after that little guy. Those are the ones, because those are the ones that you can pick on, and they can't fight you. The big guys, you slap them on the wrist and give them a $100,000 fine, which is like a spit in the ocean. Oh well, to get back to this, it isn't hard to discern the motives of the bill's author and co-sponsors. According to the Center for Responsive Politics, 2 of the top 20 donors to Representative Gatz's 2016 campaign committee were energy and utility companies. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Well, you know what, peeps? The way you get, of course, this is another one of those things where you go off grid and they say, you can't do that. That's illegal. You must be on grid. You must be plugged in so that we can control you. Oh, quit dinging over here, frickin' Facebook. Who's dinging all the time? Ding, ding, ding. Okay, I gotta unfollow that. That's just nuts. Stop it. Stop it. Where's that at? I gotta go to that post and unfollow it, because it's like, really? Stop it. Stop it. I don't want to hear this shit. Turn off notifications. There. Now stop. Oi. Okay, back to this. Apparently energy companies are paying for these guys to be in office, and they also stand to gain financially if the EPA is terminated, which, okay, the EPA is just one of many. I've already said that, but yeah, it's just one of many. And you know what, people? Do we really need a government agency, or can we just step up and go, excuse me, we don't like what you're doing, you're polluting, and so we're going to stop. We're going to stop purchasing from you. We're going to hit you where it hurts. Wouldn't it be nice if we could do that? In addition to this assault on the EPA, President Donald Trumpelstiltskin, his pick to lead the agency is Scott Pruitt, the Attorney General of Oklahoma, who has sued the EPA on 14 separate occasions, which I'm sure they probably deserve being sued because there's an awful lot of shit that has been sue-worthy, let's say. Pruitt hasn't made it clear whether or not he would recuse himself from any EPA rulings on the lawsuits he's filed challenging environmental regulations if he is confirmed to the position. Either way, the EPA is in a lot of trouble over the next 4 years. Dump the EPA, dump the Department of Ed. Hi, JJ's 999 JJ's. How you doing, sweetheart? Yes, it is live right now, hon. What is that? Thank you, Sock. Cool. Thank you ever so much, hon, for that link. I think there's an awful lot of departments and agencies that need to be and to me, the easiest way to deal with all of those departments and agencies, since there's so much crossover bullshit going on with that stuff, is that get rid of all of them. Just across the board, just say, okay, y'all are done. And then, as time progresses, and you start realizing, okay, we might possibly need this. So you people will hire your asses back under this condition. You know, stuff like that. Is it throwing the baby out with the bathwater? Probably. But, yeah, there's an awful lot of those big-ass babies that are sucking on the tit of federal government that all need to be thrown out. Oh, sweet. Thank you, Sock. See, you are such an overachiever, hun. I see how you are. Okay. What? Who's a very nice person? Ah, okay. Moving along. Just a minute. Okay, had to respond to that. Now, let me see here. Hi, someone over on the RLM over on FakeyBook said hi. Sweet. Okay, now I'm going to go back to my pocket. You know, I really haven't been doing a whole heck of a lot of, yeah. I've been busy. Very busy. Okay. There's been some fun things going on of late. Yeah. I use that term fun very, very loosely, by the way. This is from humansarefree.com. And I'm not sure when it was posted. I don't even remember who it was that posted it, but I saw it and stuck it in my pocket. Leaked documents reveal internet trolls are government agents. Who'da thunk? Who'da thunk? I know I'm shocked. I don't know about the rest of you. Must be an awful lot of cyber bridges for them to be hiding under, don't you know? According to Glenn Greenwald, who is a journalist, constitutional lawyer, political commentator, and best-selling author, he's perhaps best known for working with the NSA document leaker Edward Snowden to expose the sneaky surveillance tactics used by governments and government agencies. Once again, let's just throw them all out and then find out which ones we really need. And then we can start hiring them back. But you gotta wash that blackboard off. Just completely clean it and start from scratch. So, while the issues surrounding privacy and the government's invasion of it have grabbed a lot of spotlight, Snowden's NSA document leaks reveal another intriguing government hobby and tactic: internet trolling. Now, the Five Eyes Alliance consists of intelligence agencies belonging to USA, Canada, Britain, Australia, and New Zealand. Well, aren't they all just special? And it was Britain's GCHQ that drew up the documents proposing that internet trolls be employed to control, infiltrate, manipulate, and warp online discourse. That's what Greenwald wrote in his article that it is aptly titled, "How Covert Agents Infiltrate the Internet to Manipulate, Deceive, and Destroy Reputations," which, oh yes. Oh yes. And, the liberals have caught on as well. They're very good at that. They've been doing that for a couple of years now. In the article, Greenwald shares one of the documents, a manual no less. What's this? Oh. Okay, I see ya. Which one is this? Wait. Ooh, on the education. Oh, okay, I'll get to that one here in just a little bit. In any case, let's see. This is revealing the exact tactics proposed by government agencies to hijack online discussions by trolling. Now, I've got to say, I have admitted, or I have witnessed what my personal perspective, what I deem to be trolling going on a few places, especially lately. Going to kind of leave it at that. Let y'all just I'm sure y'all can figure it out on your own. Greenwald explains among the core self-identified purposes of JTRIG are two tactics. Number one, to inject all sorts of false material onto the internet in order to destroy the reputation of its targets. And number two, to use social sciences and other techniques to manipulate online discourse and activism to generate outcomes it considers desirable. So, in other words, control both sides of the equation and get you fighting amongst each other. That's another tactic that they're very, very good at. So, to see how extremist these programs are, just consider the tactics they boast as using to achieve those ends. False flag operations, which is posting material to the internet and falsely attributing it to someone else. That's not the only false flag operations, but there is one way. Fake victim blog posts, pretending to be a victim of the individual whose reputation they want to destroy. Oh, we never see that going on, do we? Yeah. And posting negative information on various forums. Forums and Facebook posts attempting to educate the public on the dangers of vaccines are what that government and big pharma employed trolls target most. Shock, shock. Few topics are as polarizing and provocative as those surrounding vaccines and their potential dangers. The amount of skin government agencies, as well as big pharma, have in the vaccination industry makes it predictable that trolls will be employed to disrupt any attempt to civilly discussing vaccine policy. Which, yeah, it used to be, way back when I was a kid, that you didn't necessarily have to have vaccines. Now, they were recommended, but you didn't have to have them. And you didn't, your infant wasn't a pincushion before they got out of the hospital from being born. Nowadays, yeah, they're a frickin' not walking, but squalling, pooping, drooling, eating pincushion. And sometimes, as a result of being a pincushion, they remain a squalling, eating, pooping pincushion for the rest of their life. But they don't want you to know that. So, consider that a new CDC-approved vaccine might be worth $30 billion with a B a year to Big Pharma. It's a lot of moolah. It's especially unsurprising when you consider that the revolving door between the government and the pharmaceutical industry, where an individual like Dr. Julie Gerberding, who works for the CDC and then gives up her tenure to be hired to work at the pharmaceutical giant Merck. Yeah, if you pay attention, you will see that happens an awful lot. Some individual gets hired to the CDC or the FDA or one of those wonderful alphabet soup agencies directly from the industry that they're supposed to be controlling. Yeah, they don't control that industry. That industry controls them. That's really the way it works. Government legislation is consistently passed in favor of the vaccination industry. The Affordable Care Act, or Dangleberry Death Care, even redefined the term biogenetics. Well, isn't that just special? This was in an effort to get patients to agree to vaccinations as part of their treatment plan whenever they enter the hospital for any reason. That's if they've been vaccinated already or not. As one nurse puts it, you go to the hospital for an injured toe, and in the paperwork presented to you, you would be offered a whole variety of vaccines. And if you decline, a flag would be placed on your file, which I'm sure there's multiple flags on my file, because every time I go to see the doctor, I tell her, no, 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 no. So, the following are instructions for pro-vaccine blog OREC, also known as Respectful Insolence, for dealing with anti-vaxxers by trolling. So, you use emotional warfare on anti-vax blogs. Tell emotional stories full of tears and sobbing and unbearable grief and terror about people in your own family or people you read about who were sick with or died of terrible diseases, which that's one of those things where I just want to go, okay, if you have been vaccinated and I have not, please explain to me how if I contract something that you've already been vaccinated for, which is supposed to now make you quote unquote immune to that disease, why am I a danger to you if I am not vaccinated for it? Huh? Now, don't hold back on the details about bodily fluids and such like. The more gross, the better. This stuff has a way of infiltrating the minds of readers and subtly influencing their decisions in a manner similar to advertising, which advertising is also a very subtle form, or sometimes not so subtle form, of mind control. So you go in there, agree with them, and then say things that appear thoroughly delusional, overtly nuts, blatantly and obviously wrong, even to nincompoops. Occasionally spelling and grammar errors are also useful, but don't overdo it. So in other words, go in there, start agreeing, and then become whack job deluxe. So those that are actually in there and serious and sharing serious commentary and real facts will be scared away by the nut job with the placard yelling, "The end is nigh if you don't get pricked." Go prick yourself. The point of this exercise is to create an impression that drives away undecideds who may come in to check out these sites. It helps to do this as a group effort and begin gradually, so the site appears to be going downhill slowly. What's that, Sock? Hitting on that wetware virus. Okay. WhatsApp for it was health, education, and welfare. Okay. To go on with this, so really, listen up, folks. The way to fight this crap is not by patiently explaining to people who are already way past being persuaded that the earth isn't flat. The way to fight it is to sabotage the anti-vaxxers with crazy stuff. See? If you cannot win with facts, sling shit. So, fight them with crazy stuff that drives away the undecideds. And the way to fight it is with emotional narratives that undermine the ones that the anti-vaxxers are pushing. In other words, if an anti-vaxxer is putting out actual results of vaccines on their child or a niece or a nephew, a family member, you got to be just take it that next level lower. I'm not going to say step it up. Take it to the next level lower and make yours even more sad and more pathetic because someone else didn't get vaccinated. Really, once again, I ask, if you've been vaccinated and I have not, how am I a danger to you? Please explain that to me using the logic that vaccines are supposed to make you immune, boost your immune system, make it to where you will not contract this disease. So if you have been inoculated, if you have been vaccinated, tell me again how I am a threat to your health if I do not let someone prick me. Thank you, Sock. Urban Dictionary, wetware. The brain and central nervous system. See, I don't know a lot of this stuff. I don't go to the Urban Dictionary all that often because I make shit up in my own mind, but that's cool. Okay, this is the administrators, operators, and programmers of the computer network. That's wetware as well. Okay. Sometimes used in science fiction to define computer hardware that has been integrated into cyborg. It's the Borg. No, I'll just stick with the brain and the nervous system. Thank you very much. Thank you, Sock, though. I appreciate that immensely. Okay. So JJ's 999JJ's is mentioning that he's live on the radio right now, or she. Okay, well, sweetheart, we're competing. Sorry, I can't listen into you because I'm doing the same thing. Love ya. Okay, back to this article. So, WHACK, which is run by Surgeon David Gorski, is believed by many to be a troll employed by parties interested in the success of vaccines, and his tactics certainly support that hypothesis. Now, I've got to say, because my mother and I were having a discussion about this over the weekend, prior to finding out that my uncle was not well. My mother worked for Shine Pharmaceuticals for quite a few years. Actually, she worked for them until they shut their doors. And she just wound up being able to retire at that time and get severance package and yada, yada, yada. But she said if she would have known what all was going on and the fudging that is why Shine Pharmaceuticals got shut down. The fudging of the records and the results, she said she would have quit a long time prior. And she said there are times when she actually does really feel bad that's what her retirement is from working for Shine Pharmaceutical for all of those years. But, she's 85 now. It's like, hey, Mom, that was a lot of years ago, and I'm glad that you have a retirement. Because then I would have to make you move in with me, and that could be interesting. Oh, that would be scary. Love my mom, but wow, that would be interesting. In any case, pharmaceutical industry's been dirty for a lot of years. Just putting that out there. Another shocking incident of trolling and the utilization of the internet to subtly influence public opinion has been a recent case of a supposed 12-year-old scientist whose pro-vax video went viral on the internet. To get an idea of what tactics are being used to influence your opinion on vaccines, there is an incredible opinion breakdown that's a video that's attached to this. One of the most popular arguments brought up by trolls when their comments are removed from a forum or discussion is, "Hey, you're stifling my free speech." Now, I don't know about anybody else, but I sure remember hearing and seeing an awful lot of comments like that in a certain chat room. And I also remember it on a certain web page that I no longer own. So, yeah, they're very good at yelling that, hey, that's not fair. Yeah, it's not fair when someone calls you out on your bullshit. That's one of those things where that's along the same lines of calling foul when you stab someone in the back and they happen to bleed all over you. Yeah, been there, done that, kiss my ass. So, you can look at it this way. Would you expect a business to allow graffiti on their walls that undermine their efforts? I don't think so. Because, they control that building and they have a right to say what goes on it. Bada bing, bada boom. Similarly, when you're an online content publisher, you control your content. By removing trolling comments that disrupt your efforts to maintain a civilized discussion, you're not denying anyone free speech in the same way a business removing derogatory graffiti from their walls is not stifling anyone's right to expression. Censorship is one of the best ways to deal with internet trolls. There's no sense in trying to argue or acknowledge them. Trolls, especially those employed and following a manual as detailed as the one revealed by Snowden, have a clear agenda that they are trained to follow. So don't feed the trolls. U.S. trolls, agent provocateurs, and other deceptive tactics should be forbidden by law in a democratic society. Should be, but once again, who's going to decide who is a troll? I've been called a troll before. I was called a troll on my own website, which, I kind of shined that little badge up for a while there. That was about the same time frame that I got called a harpy. I wore that badge with pride as well because I thought, you going to call me one? By golly, I don't want to make a liar out of you. And I didn't. I can be a spiteful little shit when the need arises or when so inclined. So, yes, sometimes, and I don't like censoring people. But I also have a real problem with assholes just jumping all over the place and being total dickwads. Intentionally stirring the pot. Those that intentionally stir the pot really should have to lick that shit spoon. They really should. That's right, Sock Puppet. I have a new word. I learn a new word every day. Sometimes I just make up a new word, but that was a good one. Thank you ever so much. Oh, Dakota Access Pipeline protesters. Ah, that's another one of those. That's true, Sock. They see me trolling and they be hating, and you know what? Big whoop-de-woo. Oh, big babies. You know, the one thing that really, to me, defines a troll is someone that they're constantly putting it out there, constantly stirring the pot, constantly making derogatory remarks. Some of them, are not just like right up in your face abusive, but they're most definitely derogatory. And then when you come back at them with them, they go, "That's not very nice. You're not very nice. You're censoring me." As soon as I see someone that is dishing it out but cannot take it, that person gets that shiny little troll badge from me. Even if it's just in my own little mind. And then I act accordingly. Most of the time, I just stop feeding that troll. Occasionally, I let them get under my skin and I will snipe back. But for the most part, I just stop feeding the troll. It's like, you ain't worth me going to the effort of coming up with some kind of smart-ass remark. So, nah. Move along, child. Move along. I really have learned of late to just not let certain people live rent-free in my head anymore. It just ain't worth it. Oh. Okay. I'm going to go take a peek at. I have a couple other things in here. Okay. This is another one. It was from yesterday, and I don't remember who shared it, but the few times when I actually got to pop on the internet and take a peek at what's going on, I would see something and it was like, that's cool. This one is from arstechnica.com, and its wind penetration on central U.S. grid hits 52% Sunday night, breaking a record, which, out here in flyover country, the middle of USA, there really isn't a whole hell of a lot to stop that wind. It just, once it gets up, it stays there. It's kind of like, if you've been on Viagra and it stayed up for 4 hours, you might want to seek medical assistance. Once that wind gets up out here, you might want to just go inside. That's the only medical assistance I can give you. Because, the dirt gets to blowing and it's just not cool. In any case, an organization that manages transmission systems across the central U.S. announced on Tuesday that it broke a record for wind penetration in North America. On Sunday at 4:30 a.m., Southwest Power Pool became the first regional transmission organization to serve 52.1% of its load using wind energy. It also set the previous record in April of 2016 with 49.2% wind generation. That was a record. The record previous to that was set by Electric Reliability Council of Texas in late March of 2016 when the organization hit 48.28% wind penetration at 1:10 a.m. Records for wind penetration, which measure the amount of total load supplied by wind on the moment-to-moment basis, are being broken more frequently these days on a regional and international level, as RTO, which is, let's see, yeah, the Regional Transmission Organization. So, as RTOs, which generally serve large areas and cross state lines, add more wind turbines to their portfolios. Wind is becoming a more important part of the energy mix. And SPP, which stands for Southwest Power Pool, noted that wind is now the third most prevalent fuel source in the SPP region, which covers 550,000 square miles of territory in Nebraska, Kansas, and Oklahoma, my stomping grounds, and portions of neighboring states. Natural gas and coal are still a primary fuel source for SPP, but the organization said that wind accounted for 15% of its generating capacity in 2016. Now, okay. Oh, they must own some smaller ones or something. In any case, SPP's maximum simultaneous wind generation peak rose from 9,948 megawatts in 2015 to 12,336 megawatts in early 2016. In a statement included in SPP's press release, Vice President of Operations Bruce Rue gave the new numbers some context. 10 years ago, we thought even hitting a 25% wind penetration level would be extremely challenging, and any more than that would pose serious threats to reliability. Now we have the ability to reliably manage greater than 50% wind penetration. It's not even our ceiling. We continue to study even higher levels of renewable variable generation as part of our plans to maintain a reliable and economic grid for the future. In early 2016, SPP told regulators that based on the 2015 study, the transmission system it manages could reliably handle wind representing up to 60% of internal SPP loads. Although organization cautioned that it would need to install voltage reactive support capabilities for existing wind farms. They would also need to enhance operation tools and monitor real-time voltage stability limits. In a press release today, which was yesterday, SPP credited its ability to handle so much wind penetration to the size of the organization's footprint. Even if the wind stops blowing in the upper Great Plains, we can deploy resources waiting in the Midwest and Southwest to make any sudden deficits. That versatility is also helped by a recent and massive investment in 2012. Which was approved when SPP approved a 10-year, $1.7 billion transmission expansion plan to meet renewable goals. So, and there is a little map here. I'm in the Sunflower Electric Power area, but there is an awful lot of wind generation going on out here. Awful lot. And there's an awful lot of people putting up their private wind turbines. My oldest daughter and her hubby had their own when they still lived here in the state. And they really miss that because from what I understand, their highest electric bill after they put that wind turbine in was like $16 a month. That was their highest electric bill. And I think that was during the Christmas season. So They're missing that now. Because they can't do that out there where they live now. Bummer dude. Okay, I needed to drink a water. That is kind of cool, though. What is that? Trust no one? What? Okay, I'm trying to catch up in the chat here. Okay. Go ahead and share this one as well. Yeah, I know. I'm doing a lot of blah, 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 blah stuff. But I wanted to get this stuff out of the way. This is cool, though. I found it cool just because it's out in my neck of the woods, and we have an awful lot of that out here. Okay, now I do have one more that I want to get to, and it's basically because a friend of mine shared this the other day, and I just kind of sort of saw some of what he was talking about, and I thought, let's just go there, shall we? So, this is from Juan. Hi, Juan. How you doing, hon? Okay. Just a minute here. Oh. Okay, this is 22 signs that you are embodying your higher self. So, and I've really been getting into quite a bit of this of late. You know, the whole trying to, step it up just a wee bit and not get involved in the petty bullshit and try and rise above. And it is hard. I got to say that. It is hard. But Juan's a pretty sharp character, so I thought I would just go there with this one. Number 1, higher sensory perception. So, if your intuition is developing at a rapid rate, or if other higher senses like clairvoyance and clairaudience are also being turned on, these higher senses allow you to access information and wisdom that otherwise would be unavailable through the use of your rational mind. So harmonious lucid dreaming and out-of-body experiences are also ways to access your higher dimensional information. Now, there's an awful lot of people that I've noticed lately are really starting to check into an awful lot of this. Clairvoyance, clairaudience, people seeing lots of synchronicities. And to me, that's kind of comforting to see more and more people actually commenting about that kind of stuff. It's like, because 5-6 years ago, you wouldn't see that many people talking about having a clairvoyant moment or having a synchronistic moment, or having something that just, wow, that just really grabbed you and just really, you got the vibration. You were really tuned in on something. Verbiage has been changing quite a bit lately, and I'm enjoying it myself. I find it very comforting to see a lot of people are starting to actually start checking into and looking to themselves and trying to fix themselves instead of expecting someone else to make them happy. That's some of this, I see so many people say that, wow, the world has gone to shit. And yeah, what we see in the news, in the spewage, has gone to shit. But there are an awful lot of people out there that are no longer relying on someone else to make them happy. They're learning to address their own issues and find their own happiness. And I think that is a good thing for humanity. Number 2, knowing your soul purpose. So with your higher senses turned on, it's become crystal clear what your soul purpose is. Not only you know what your mission here on earth is, but you are fulfilling this mission by taking action and walking your path. And see, I'm seeing an awful lot of people starting to walk their talk. And that is also refreshing and making me feel better about the future of humanity. And there's an awful lot of people that are, or I'm starting to see more and more people that are starting to identify as in this, this is really what I feel I should be doing. It's not, I want to do that because it's going to make a lot of money. It's, this is what I feel I should be doing. This is what makes me happy. When I do this kind of stuff, I feel better. That's a good thing, I think. Number 3, meeting your soul family. So your frequency has attracted you to people with whom you resonate at a soul level, and maybe that's what's going on with me. Is I'm starting to gravitate towards more people along those lines. Could be. So when you meet these individuals and you felt a strong and undeniable connection with them, like if you'd met them before from a past life, even if they live on the other side of the world, the spiritual ties between you and them are so strong that years can go by and you won't, you can just pick it up right off the bat. My soul purpose, Grammy, or my soul purpose? Well, it depends. If I'm walking the talk, then it's a soul, as in S-O-L-E. Other than that, hun, my soul purpose is to bring some joy. Whether you laugh or not, if you don't laugh, that's on you. If you can't find something to appreciate and go, wow, that's cool, that's on you. But I try and go, I can't say I go out of my way, but I really, really enjoy sharing things that make people go, wow, that's awesome. Or something that makes you giggle. One of our trainers that's out training us on the new software at work, he was telling us about a couple of videos that he'd seen on YouTube that he just sat there and just laughed until he had tears rolling. And I told him to look up Robin Williams when he's talking about how the human body was designed by committee. And I swear, I didn't know if he was going to have a heart attack or not. He's turning red in the face and bending over, and I seriously was concerned for his health for a little bit there. But he said, oh my God, tonight when we go back to the hotel and all of us get together and we compare notes, I'm going to show him this video. Oh my God, because he hadn't seen that one yet. And it is very funny. So, that's my purpose. Thank you, Grammy. Sometimes I think my soul gets a little bit on the worn out side, but then I go and I find me a video or something, and it kind of rejuvenates me a little bit. Yeah, Frumpy, I saw that 50-plus-year-old farm girl. Damn. Talk about good genetics. No. That's not me. She's a little bit more endowed in the upper area, and I'm a little bit more endowed in the midsection. She's got 6-pack abs. I have the soft cider cooler. But then again, I think she works at it too. So, I'm not out to impress anyone anymore. If I'm happy with me, then that's what counts. Okay, number 4, meeting your twin flame or your soulmate. And this is one thing that I didn't realize. Your soulmate isn't necessarily like a romantic kind of connection. Your soulmate is someone that inspires you and assists you when you need, even if it's just emotional support or whatever, someone that you just click with right off the bat. That's, a soulmate isn't necessarily a romantic interest. That was something I found out not too long ago. So you're in a relationship with a person that highlights and enhances your best qualities. As well, this person will mirror back to you everything that you need to work on yourself. This relationship thrives on self-growth, contribution, higher giving love, and fulfillment. It's a necessary step for the manifestation of this relationship and is cutting cords of attachment and karmic ties with previous relationships. And see, that right there just pretty much says it's not necessarily a romantic thing. Like a lot of people go, oh, I'm just looking for my soulmate and then my life will be perfect. No. You get in touch with yourself and you get yourself figured out and you get your life perfect, and then you will start connecting with people that are on the same vibe as you. That's how that works. If you are in want, if you are constantly looking for someone that is going to complete you, looking for someone that is going to make your life perfect, then you're not going to meet that person. You just aren't, because you're coming at it from an area of lack. I lack perfection in my life. I lack happiness in my life. I lack a loving relationship in my life. And when you are actually going, I can't wait to meet, you're right, and you ain't gonna. You need to find those things in yourself first. You need to get comfortable with yourself. You need to really enjoy your own company, and then you will attract others that are of like mind. That's when things start. But you got to do the work on yourself first. Okay. Number 5, synchronicities and accelerated manifestations. Now, I see an awful lot of synchronicities anymore. Is this possibly just the human mind trying to find order in chaos? I don't know. To me, it feels right to make those connections, those synchronistic connections. So your connections with the universe and life is evident, and your questions are answered through synchronicities, and hidden messages are easily revealed to you by the power of your higher senses, which basically means you've just got your antennas up now, and you're open and ready to get that information, whether it's just learning to read body language or what have you. You've got those antennae out, extended, and you've done the work on yourself to where you're getting a clear signal when your antenna is out. So you find messages and answers in books. Oh God, I've always done that. And it's not just history books or autobiographical books or any of that fun shit. Any book I read, I will find a synchronicity in it. Any book I read. Guaranteed. And I think that's part of the reason why, I continue, because if I don't read a book cover to cover, it's because there's not something in there that clicks with me. If I can't get past that first chapter, I'm done. I won't touch it. I won't pick it up again. It's just that simple, because it just plain doesn't click. That's what you got to pay attention for. That's what you got to look for. Wait for that click. You'll feel it. You'll hear it. You really will. Number 6, taking responsibility for your happiness. I think I said that earlier. So as you embody your higher self, you realize how powerful you are and how you co-create reality through your thoughts and your emotions. So you take full responsibility for your own happiness and you stop blaming others. Stop it. If you aren't happy, it's because you aren't allowing yourself to be happy. And you got to look for whatever it is in you that's keeping you from allowing yourself to be happy. Number 7, embracing all emotions. And that's one thing where I really beg to differ, and I've gotten kicked out of a few groups that are very high and enlightened and we're free and we're loving. Because I embrace every emotion. Those are there for a reason. So you've transcended the spiritual bypass that some emotions are bad or negative. Instead, you embrace all emotions, and instead of repressing them, you allow them to flow through you. You can use your anger for passion or motivation, and you can easily empathize with others while maintaining the integrity of your field. So yeah, if you get angry about something, don't get angry, don't get angry, don't get angry. That's a bad emotion. That's a negative emotion. No, don't do that. You're browbeating yourself over something that's natural. That is part of this human experience, is learning how to deal with your anger. Whether it's just putting it off on a corner for a little bit until you've calmed down enough to actually deal with what triggered it, or if it's just going, and getting it out and then dealing with it. But you really got to learn to deal with all of those emotions. All of them. Number 8, holographic nature of reality, which yes. Like Rumi says, you are not a drop of water in the ocean. You are the entire ocean in a drop of water. The holographic nature of reality is encoded within you, and you can sense the interconnectedness of everything. It's obvious to you that we live in a multidimensional matrix, that you have a multidimensional anatomy, and you also feel very attracted to sacred geometry. Numbers, all that other fun stuff. And yeah, the Matrix, there's an awful lot of people out there that are talking about the Matrix, and they've got the mechanics part down. And some of them are starting to do get the emotional. And I think that's where Einstein was talking about. We need to have our humanity keep up with our technology, or possibly even surpass our technology. Because man, once the humanity kicks it into high gear, then our technology will definitely kick it into high gear. And it won't be destructive technology. But you got to get that humanity going as well. You can't just have the science. That's why you have two halves of the brain. You have the logical half, you have the emotional half. They need to learn to work together. Number 9, alchemy and healing powers. Whether it's hands-on healing or soul retrieval or some other kind of healing, where you manipulate energy or remove energetic blockages, which I've been through that. I still occasionally get just where I just look back and go, wow, I can't believe that was just amazing. And I get to go see Lisa B tomorrow night again. Only this time it's not for a Reiki session or anything. It's just a girls' bitch session, and she's going to put more turquoise in my hair, because the last time she was being very conservative, because she really didn't, I was like, just go for it. Just put some turquoise in my hair. I got silver hair. It'll look cool. And so this time I finally convinced her we're going to put quite a bit of turquoise in my hair. So this could be interesting. Definitely will have her take pictures of this, so I can put them for y'all to check out, because yeah, I think it'll be cool. I can't wait. I had someone tell me not too long ago again, act your age. And I said, and how am I supposed to act at this age? This is the first time I've been this age. So I'm learning. And I'm having fun right now acting this age. I'll just act away, okay? Number 10, activating your DNA. And that's another thing people don't realize. And that's one thing that the government or whomever, you know, some of their technology that they're using where they're manipulating DNA. If you figure out how to manipulate your own DNA, you can cancel out whatever crap they're doing. So instead of just focusing constantly on what they are doing, what someone else is doing, the crap they're putting in the sky or whatever, focus on yourself. Focus on working on your own DNA. You can correct stuff. You gotta believe it, though. You gotta do the work. It's not easy, but you can do it. I have faith in you guys. Y'all are smart. A lot smarter than you give yourself credit for. Number 11, unconditional self-love. That's one where I have a little bit of trouble with. Because there are times I have got to admit I don't like myself too much. I have got to admit that. And, you know, the whole unconditional self-love, there are times where I get rather conditional with myself. And, you know, everybody does that. And, you know, there's nothing wrong with admitting that, because that means that you know you still have work to do. Or at least for me, I know I still have work to do on me. Because there are times when I look in that mirror and I go, oh shit, you're a hot mess. I gotta admit it. I am human. Number 12, integrating and transcending your shadow self. Now this I'm not real sure what this is. So your shadow self is the part of you that is running in reverse. Oh, okay. It's mainly made up of the archetypes, personas, and complexes. So some examples are the professional victim persona. Oh no, I don't have that one. The rescuer archetype. I do have that one. And the sorcerer. There is also the tyrant and the absolute perfectionist. Okay, I have some of that. The shadow self is what causes self-sabotage and causes you to create chaos in your life. Oh yeah. I have a shadow self. I refer to it as my evil twin. And yeah, she can be naughty from time to time. Okay, so the shadow self is created by making decisions that are not aligned with your higher self and manifest in reverse codes in your DNA. Ah, I did not know that. How cool is that? Number 13, frequency resonance. I'm sure you all really wanted to have this metaphysical trip down memory lane, but you know what? It's Whack-A-Doodle Wednesday, so we're going to get wacky. So there you go. So frequency resonance is, as you continue to raise your frequency, you notice how some people begin to fall out of your holographic reality, which, yeah, I have noticed quite a few people have been falling out of mine. You understand that your frequencies no longer match. And the same can happen with your job or even your country of origin. I'm thinking Flasheroony Head is experiencing some of that. In turn, your higher frequency attracts you to a new grid of people, places, times, things, and events that are in line with your higher self. Well, this makes it kind of an adventure, doesn't it? How fun! Cool. Number 14, honest yes and honest no. Oh, I'm thinking this is going to be a hard one. So you're not afraid of saying no to other people when your inner guidance tells you not to do something or go somewhere. I've gotten a lot better at that. I really have. And you're not afraid of other people's reaction, and you are true to yourself. Okay, I'm really getting a lot better at that. Every time you're congruent with what you want and what you don't want, you feel more powerful. I don't know that I'd say I feel more powerful, but I do feel lighter, and I do feel happier. So, as well, you embrace an art of an honest yes when the universe delivers what you desire. So you try to appear humble or spiritual by rejecting what you truly desire in your life. Ooh. I I don't know about that one. Try to appear spiritual? I am, but I'm not. I am, but I am not sometimes. Just depends on my mood. Number 15, harmonious family relationships. Those are improving as well. I got to put that out there. So if you think you're enlightened, go spend a weekend with your family. Oh my God, I love spending a weekend with my family. You've realized that enlightenment doesn't happen in a cave, and you have cleared the cords of attachment and karmic ties with your family. Gone are the days when you kept experiencing the same old family drama, which, we really didn't have that much drama in our family. And your family members have shifted their approach to connect with you to higher ways. And you accept and love them just the way they are, which, in our family, that's pretty much the way it's always worked. Maybe that's why a lot of this stuff is easy for me. Because I grew up in a family that, yeah, we called each other out on our bullshit, and a lot of times we called each other an awful lot of very interesting names, but we still love each other. I don't know of anyone in the family that's gone more than a few months without talking to everyone else in the family. That's just the way we are, and we're a large family. That's a lot of talking. So, okay. Number 16, no guilt, no shame. I'm working on that one too. Shame and guilt are the two lowest frequency energies blockages in humanity. So in order to embody your higher self, you have to let go of the identification of shame and guilt. You've cleared the guilt and shame you inherited from your parents through the DNA, and you've realized that shame and guilt has been implanted by society and religions. So instead, you choose to embrace the states of joy and bliss, and you refuse to be guilted into believing someone else's victim status or guilted into wearing that victim status yourself. That's a toughie sometimes. It really is, but really, if you start taking responsibility for yourself, there is no reason to feel guilty or to feel shame. If you're taking responsibility for your own words and deeds, there is no guilt, there is no shame. Period. My books. Number 17, making decisions in line with your higher self. Okay, let's see what this one is. So instead of making decisions based on fear or righteousness or competition or lack, you're making decisions in line with your higher self and ultimately with source will. You're aware of source's intention, the law of one, unconditional love, cooperation, evolution, perpetual motion, cause and effect, non-judgment, and free will. And free will, you are free to be a snarky ass if you wish to be, so long as you accept when someone gets snarky right back at you. That is part of free will. You're free to do whatever you want, but you got to remember what you put out comes back at you. That is part of free will. That doesn't mean that you can go around willy-nilly, freely acting like a butt munch and not have any repercussions. Free will means that you are free to choose to behave in that manner, but you are not free of the repercussions of however you behave. Part of free will. Number 18, inner and outer abundance. So, and you know what this is basically, if you feel as though you are wealthy, it will be reflected around you. But people have such different definitions of what wealth is. For me, wealth is being healthy and happy and having people around you that you enjoy being around and that they enjoy being around you. That to me is, if you are blessed to have that, you are one of the wealthiest people on the planet, as far as I'm concerned. Number 19, mind unplugged from the matrix. Oh, let's check this one out, shall we? So one sign that your mind's been unplugged from the matrix is that you can clearly see the hidden agenda of those who desire to control this planet. I think there's an awful lot of people in the RLM that definitely this one fits. And over in that corner pocket as well, and a few other sites out there. You no longer resonate with the news and their official story. Your inner truth your inner truth detector can sense when someone is lying, and you've become immune to the low frequency strategies and implants that constantly try to tell you you are not enough. Because you know what? You are enough. And all you need to do is, I'm enough right now, how I am, right this very moment. And if I wind up being more 2 moments from now, that will be enough as well. But for this moment right here, I'm enough. I am who I am. And if someone else doesn't like it, that's on them. Okay, number 20, bye-bye to idolatry. Yeah. So as you awaken to your co-creative powers and godlike nature, you no longer put other people on a pedestal, which, no. Ah. Thank you, Sock. I will check that out as soon as I get done here. Okay? Because I'm almost done with the radio. Your inner guru precedes any external guru, and you see teachers as a reflection of your own unlimited potential. And the forces of your worthiness and deservedness drive you to achieve whatever you set your mind upon. So you've become the master of your own reality. And there's an awful lot of people that I truly respect. And I really do. I honest to God love everybody. I really do. Because I know y'all are here to serve a purpose. You're here to serve your own purpose, number one. And by serving your own purpose, you set an example for others. And whatever that example is due to each individual and their own perception. So I truly do love everyone that's here. I don't like everyone that's here. I don't like everything that's going on. But, everything is here for a reason. There is a purpose in it. There is something to learn from it. Even if it's one of those lessons where it's like, damn, I am not going there again. Everything is a teaching moment. Everything is a learning moment. And everyone is a teacher and everyone is a student. Everyone. And you're all teachers and students at the same damn time. Just depends on where your perspective is, where your view is at that point. Number 21, overflowing with gratitude. So if gratitude is your attitude and gratitude is your prayer, the sense of lack has become foreign to you. And you know what? I'm thankful for, I'm just a thankful person anymore. I'm just really thankful that I'm here and that I'm happy and that I have such amazing people in my world. It really is pretty darn cool. There's an awful lot to be thankful for, especially when you stop and consider there are so many people at any given moment. Someone's human experience just came to an end. And so be thankful that that wasn't your moment. because you get to have more moments. So thankful is easy for me anymore. Even if it's shit happening, it's still, I've made it through an awful lot of shit in my life, and I'm still here. That must mean I am one tough sumbitch from some of the things that I've been through. And I'm still a wuss at heart, because I still cry when I see babies and, stuff like that. So, yeah. And finally, number 22, don't take yourself so seriously. Seriously, people. Cheerios, Wheaties, Chex, Fruity Pebbles, whatever you wish to identify with. Be noisy, be fun. Life is meant to be fun, and you know that in your core. You know that. Being extremely rigid and disciplined just sucks the fun out of everything. So even though you're adamant when it comes to working on yourself and achieving self-mastery, have fun with it and allow yourself to make mistakes, because you know what? When you make mistakes, those are the best teaching moments. Making mistakes, that's when whatever you learn from that sinks in better. Because, you can learn a lot of shit by plodding along and reading a book or what have you. But it's when you totally fuck up, and there's your F-bomb for the night. When you really fuck up, man, do you learn. Ain't doing that shit again. Gonna do a different way next time. Even if it's just getting busted. I'm gonna make sure I don't get caught next time. Learn from those mistakes. And have a great sense of humor. You don't have to take yourself so seriously. Let your inner child run. Let it have fun. Because it really is very energizing. And giggling, doctors will tell you, laughter really is one of the best medicines out there. Laughter and a positive attitude. So go out there. Have fun. Even if you're shoveling shit, start singing a song or make up a song about it. Dance around, whatever. But work doesn't have to be drudgery. It can be fun. And trust me, I work 5 days a week at a job. And I come home on the weekends and I work. But you know what? If I can't have fun at it, I don't do it. So there's times when I sit on my ass and watch an Agatha Christie murder mystery or something on Netflix. Just to give my mind a little break and a little free time and recharge my batteries. And then I'll get up and I'll start doing things and I'll have fun. And usually I have music going. But have fun with life, because, man, there are entirely too many serious people out there that every time someone makes a smart-ass remark to them or doesn't take them as seriously as they feel they should be taken, they get all butthurt, get a massive thong knot. And every time I see someone get a thong knot, I just want to aggravate it. I want to go up and just grab the top of that thong and just pull. Give them a snuggie. Make them go, knot hurts, don't it? Don't you think maybe you ought to get rid of that knot? Unless you want it to hurt more. There's a lot of people out there that have a tendency to get very, very butthurt if you don't take them serious all the time, because their opinion, by God, is by God. Now, this apparently was written by Gustavo Castaner, who is the founder of Ascended Relationships and has been a leading authority in the field of relationship mastery, energy medicine, distance healing, and DNA activation for over 8 years. Gustavo specializes in helping people change their frequency at the quantum level so that they can attract a higher vibrational grid of people, places, times, things, and events. And his work's done mainly through the awareness of the higher self and the use of sacred geometry codes. I know there are an awful lot of people, and I actually honest to God, know a couple of people who self-identify as atheists. But they are a couple of the most spiritual people I know. And the reason why they classify themselves as atheists is because they don't believe in an external. They do believe in an intelligent energy source. And they do believe in spirituality, but they don't believe in an external. And so they self-identify as an atheist. It's fine by me. I mean, it's their identification, not mine. Now, this is something that was written over on Facebook, so I'm not going to be able to share a link for y'all because a lot of you don't have Facebook or what have you, but it, yeah. I thought there was an awful lot of really cool information in there. So, government will veto what? I think cursive writing should be mandatory. There you go. I'm just catching up on the chat over here. Because if nothing else, and if they don't keep teaching cursive writing in school, well, then that means that I'm going to be able to write in code. And there's going to be an awful lot of people that don't understand what I'm writing, which is just fine. Okay. Go on, Grammy. Another Mickey Mouse operation. That is true. A lot of that shit that's out here. Ah. Hey there, Kozu. I see you, hon, over here in the corner pocket. Okay, let me check that effing site, see what's going on over here real quick. And then I need to see, 2 new replies. Cool! Hi, Estrella. How are you doing, sweetheart? I see you. Okay. Aha. Okay. I think it is now time. It's time to go check out the pig. Because, well, I need to... Oh, man. My stomach is really growling. Because my slow cooker, I'm starting to really smell that pork loin, and it's like, oh, Baba Rigby's growling at me. Okay, over here on pigazette.com, the word of the day is white. It is a noun. The first definition is a hue that is revered by supernaturalists and reviled by ethnocrats, correctniks, nonads, and racial bean counters. Number 2, it's a group identity that only exists in the fevered brains of whiners, piners, maligners, and assorted other correctnik moonbats. I like both of those definitions. Thank you ever so much, Hambo, for that. Quotable quotes section. The basic and crucial political issue of our age is capitalism versus socialism, or freedom versus statism. For decades, this issue has been silenced, suppressed, evaded, or hidden under the foggy, redefined rubber terms of conservatism and liberalism, which had lost their original meaning and could be stretched to mean all things to all men. That is from Ayn Rand. Today's question is, what legendary Trump quote do obstructionist lib bureaucrats need to hear? You're fired. See, it's all reality TV. It's pretty much what it is. This date in history. February the 15th, 1933. Anarchist Giuseppe Zangara loses a bundle at dog races and decides to make capitalists pay by killing President-elect FDR. But Giuseppe screws up that too. So, oops. Sucks to be him. Also, this date in history, February the 15th, 1989, differently victorious risky armed forces complete their withdrawal from a 9-year-long nightmare in the quagmire called Afghanistan. See, the Russians are a lot faster learners than we are. How long have we been over in Afghanistan? I'm thinking, cripes, how long has it been? 13, 14 years? Something like that? At least 13 years. Entirely too long. We are much slower learners than the Ruskies are. That's all there is to it on that count. Thank you, Hambo and Porcus, for that. Now I am going to go and check out really quick because I got just a few minutes left. Check out Oopie. Oopie, oopie, oopie. Oh, huh. Let's see. Oh, yeah. Gotta go here. Okay. From UPI.com. A pet squirrel defends home against burglar. That's just nuts, I tell ya. An Idaho man returned home to discover his pet squirrel had protected his home from would-be burglars while he was away. Adam Pearl noticed several signs of break-in before walking into his home on Tuesday, where his pet squirrel Joey had been left alone. I came in the front door and I saw snow prints in the front driveway going to the back of the house, so I thought something was awry because no one usually goes through the yard. He soon walked into his back room and had his suspicions confirmed when he noticed scratches around the locking area of his gun safe. He called the police, and when Meridian Police Officer Ashley Turner arrived at his home, she was startled by the presence of the friendly pet squirrel. During her investigations, Joey had run in the bedroom, just screwing around like he always does between her legs, and kind of startled her. Excuse me. Turner managed to track down the burglars within hours and learned that Joey left the suspects with multiple scratches in his attempt to defend Pearl's belongings. She said while she was questioning the individual, he had scratches on his hands, so she asked, "How did you get that from the squirrel?" And he says, "Yeah, damn thing kept attacking me and wouldn't stop until I left." So Pearl said that his belongings returned, and he rewarded Joey for his heroics by feeding him his favorite candy, Whoppers. Oh, don't be feeding it squirrel Whoppers. Ick. It's a cute little squirrel. And see, this would most definitely be one of those moments where you go, "Squirrel!" and not be lying. That is kind of cool. P. Bunyan, you want to go to Hungary, not hangry. Hangry is when you're really, really, really hangry. Really, really, really. Okay. Do what? Okay. I put this over here on effing site as well. That's just too cute. Okay. Wow. It's getting that late. Y'all been listening to Grammy's Rocket Chair, and I know I've been a little bit weird and a little far afield this evening, but that's okay because, it's my rocket chair, and I tend to do that sometimes. get a little off course. Thank you for listening in on this Whack-A-Doodle Wednesday. Be sure to check around the RLM and also go over and check out UCY.tv because they've got some awesome shows over there as well. I will be back on Friday for the Freaker Friday edition of The Rocket Chair. And also on Friday will be the Freakers Ball with Grimner and Moose Girl. Then on Saturday at 11 o'clock Central Time or noon Eastern Time for those of you that, go by that shit, will be the Dork Table, closely followed by Rob Works with Smoke and Mirrors, and directly after that will be Kira with The Bridge, and then Saturday evening will be Bo Diddy with some bodacious tunage. Then on Sunday at noon Eastern Time will be Grimner with the Blues here on RLM. And he's going to lead you into Hal Anthony, where he's going to open up a can of whoop-ass on yo ass. Because y'all ain't been paying attention, and you really need to pay attention. Damn it. Also, Sunday evening is Gary L. and Chi-Chi's Boo with The Road Less Traveled. So there's all kinds of stuff. And there's all kinds of replays going on the RLM too, in case you missed it. Also, be sure to go over and check out the RLM/Real Liberty Media YouTube channel. Please click like. Please click subscribe. Don't necessarily need to do it to mine. If you want to, go for it. But there's lots of very informative stuff over there too, as opposed to just silly Grammy lady. Want to give you a quick heads up. Friday, February the 24th, there will not be a rocket chair. Also, the 25th, I will not be here for the Dork Table. I am going to see my grandchildren. So, number 2 grandchild is having a birthday coming up, so I'm going for a visit. So, just wanted to give you a quick little heads up that I will not be around the 24th or the 25th. Probably coming back late on the 26th. So, just wanted to give you that little scheduling update. Let me go back and see if I can find one more fun thing over on Oopie before I head out of here for the evening. I'm actually quite impressed with myself that I haven't had too many coffee hacky wheezy fits of late. What is that, Grimmy? Ah! Oh, thank you, Grim. I think I'll just close out with that. Wow. And from my favorite estate in the whole wide world, a Florida man who puts the duh in Florida tries to kiss a cottonmouth snake and is hospitalized after he got bit. Good job, Austin Hatfield, for holding what appeared to be the cottonmouth before the incident, and a lovely little picture of you in the hospital afterwards. Yes, are you trying for the Darwin Awards there, darling? You have survived, so obviously you're just going to be a Darwin Award wannabe. But, wow. Good job for putting the duh in Florida. Duh. Lordy. Mental midgets. Have you ever noticed that a lot of the problems in the world have just gotten worse and worse, and a lot of the whiners and the special snowflakes and all that other fun stuff have just seemed to multiply when they started putting labels on like bleach and shampoo and that kind of stuff that say not meant for internal consumption? I mean, I'm not trying to be heartless or any of that other fun shit, but seriously, people that are dumb enough to drink bleach, do you really want them going forth and adding to the gene pool? I don't think so. Wow. And trust me, there's a lot of them out there. And the worst part about it is those, not only are they out there, but they're surviving and they're suing. Wow. Just makes life more wonderful all the time, doesn't it? Okay, let's see here. What? Okay. Over on UPI, this one shouldn't take long. Insurance company cancels a woman's policy over Facebook dog picture. Well, aren't you just a special bunch of bullshit? A North Carolina woman said her insurance company canceled her policy after workers looked at her Facebook and misidentified the breed of dog. Apparently, Melina said that she and her husband decided to add personal umbrella liability insurance to their nationwide homeowners policy, and the process required them to list the breeds of their 3 dogs. Well, they have Shih Tzu, Yorkie mix, a Hound, and a Hound Lab mix on the application. And then they awaited nationwide to approve the policy. She said she was shocked when they told her that the policy was being canceled. Apparently, it was being canceled because of an ineligible breed of dog that they failed to disclose. They sent us a picture that was taken off my Facebook page of the dog Zeus, who is a lab hound mix, and in the picture the dogs are running through the snow with their blankets on, and it just didn't seem that threatening to me. She said Nationwide incorrectly identified Zeus as a Rottweiler mix, a breed the company considers to be a potentially dangerous dog, which dogs are, that's a whole. It's the owner more so than anything else that makes the dog a dangerous dog. I mean, yes, some of them are more inclined because of breeding, but, you know, like the inbreeding shit. Too much. But, she said that she contacted Nationwide to tell them of their mistake, and they said that I would have to have a letter written by my veterinarian. Oh, you need a doctor's slip now. So, she said that that was pretty easy to obtain because she is a practicing veterinarian. So, really, this is not something that can be proven just by looking at pictures, she said. Nationwide apologizes for their mistakes, but saying proper procedures were not followed. Aha! Yeah, blame it on procedures. Nationwide policy is to contact the member and agent to gather more information if there is uncertainty about a dog's breed selection on an insurance application. Unfortunately, that policy was not followed in this instance, and we have taken steps to rectify the situation to ensure a better experience for future Nationwide applicants, the representative said. Yada, 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 blah, 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 yeah. They try not to discriminate against dogs based on breed, but they do. Thank you, Nationwide, who happens to be my insurance carrier as well. Yay. So, y'all have been listening to the Rocket Chair here on this WHACK-A-DOODLE Wednesday. I am now out of time, so have an absolutely splendiferous rest of your day. Hope tomorrow